Something horrible happened to Mommy Long Legs, and she's seeking her revenge on the crewmates. Can we escape before it's too late? You're not gonna wanna miss this. Also, if you think there's something wrong with Mommy Long Legs, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more stories. But let's begin. So it's been a while since I last encountered Mommy Long Legs, a mysterious spider that has been after me for quite some time. There is something wrong with her, and something horrible happened as well that I need to find out. We entered the game and I was a crewmate, and I spawned inside of the engine room, and I went off to go do my task. I only had to do 4. The first task that I had to do was to empty the garbage can, but as I was walking around, my game began to glitch in such a weird way that it almost appeared to be very corrupted, like I was playing on some special version. A meeting was called by Blue, and I think they were facing the same issue. I let the crewmates know my game is very laggy. Anyone facing this issue? But I didn't get a response and we all skipped. So I went back to doing my task. I emptied out the trash can and now I had to type in my ID code. But this glitch didn't seem to go away. It was almost like it was a part of the game. And we all know that Among Us is usually a very functional game. I entered the engine room and I found a body, which I found very weird. It was just in the open. We all agreed that it was best to vote out White, and he was one of the imposters, and we got a victory. I clicked play again and I returned back to the lobby, and there was another crewmate that spawned in with me. This crewmate was walking around and he didn't have a name, and he had a special color. We both looked at each other and then he just vanished, and there was only 2 out of 10 players. Where did this player go? And that's when I was kicked out, and I received a message on my screen. The Among Us servers are now mine. I'm here for my revenge. I decided to ignore that message and I joined another game. This time I had a very similar color to the crewmate that I saw earlier, the one without a name. So I decided to go with orange, since I couldn't choose red. We had enough players to start the game, and I spawned inside of the engine room, which is a location that I usually always spawn at. And I went off to do my task, which was in the electrical room. And when I got done, I saw Mommy Long Legs. It was her arms. Okay, but Rose just walked in and they went to the right side of the map. But where is Mommy Long Legs? But at that moment, when I went over to security, I saw Rose again. But I literally saw them at the right side. And now their body was reported. How did that all happen at once? There wasn't enough information and we all skipped, but I still couldn't believe that. When I saw Mommy Long Legs' hands, Rose was the one that walked in. But then they went to the right side and I saw them again on the left. There was no connection. And now you're telling me that Rose is dead? I tried to vent in the vault, but I failed to do so, so I went over to fix communications. But I noticed that I saw myself, and they were watching me. They eliminated right in front of me, so I decided to report the body, and I let the crewmates know that it was a shapeshifter, and that they were pretending to be me. I don't know who it is. Maybe that could explain all of the glitches. Crewmates are teleporting. Someone seems to be in control, and maybe that's Mommy Long Legs. I let the crewmates know that I was about to fix communications and the shapeshifter killed me. It isn't me. I did not vent. I tried my best to convince the crewmates that it wasn't me, but they didn't listen. I entered another game and I was that strange color once again. The same color that the mysterious crewmate had earlier. I wonder why I have it now. I spawned in the main hall and I made sure to look both directions to make sure that Mommy Long Legs isn't watching me. And then I quickly got one of my tasks done. Now I only had to do 4 more. I went down into electrical to see if I could spot that mysterious spider. Couldn't seem to find her, so I went to the lounge. And when I got done with the task, I got trapped. I couldn't escape, but when I finally did, the lights were off. And I was eliminated by the imposter. And my game was just frozen. I knew that Mommy Long Legs was going to do something to me. Maybe I'm the one she wants revenge on. I don't remember betraying her though. I went to the electrical room and the lights turned off and I knew that I had to make my way out of there. But as I was walking down the main hall, I saw a green crewmate. Wait a second, that's the same player that I saw in the lobby when I first encountered Mommy Long Legs. Could that be Mommy Long Legs in disguise? I couldn't seem to find them. There was one crewmate that voted for me, but nobody was ejected. But I need to look for that crewmate. I know I'm not hallucinating. So I spawned inside of the records room and I went and searched for this crewmate that I saw earlier. I entered the electrical room and there he was. I saw the crewmate. So I followed him and then he disappeared and then he seemed to be trapped on the stairs. He was just walking up and up, but never actually made it out. That is when my screen began to glitch and I knew something was going to happen. Is this crewmate trying to do something to my account? But that's when I looked behind me and I saw Mommy Long Legs. She looked very different. Mommy Long Legs' eyes were very red and her body appeared to be burned. Could this be Mommy Long Legs.exe? Some corrupted version of her that is seeking her revenge on the crewmates? Before I could make my escape, a body was reported. And the mysterious crewmate was actually Coral the entire time. They said, "Sorry, I was stuck." You were green? With 3 question marks as a name? He didn't seem to know what I was talking about, but I'm pretty sure he witnessed Mommy Long Legs. At least, I think that's her. I was back in the game and I wanted to look for Mommy Long Legs. So I went back to the same location that I saw her, but there appeared to be nothing. I continued to walk and I also wanted to look for that crewmate that appeared to be in the engine room. Okay, his name isn't fixed yet. He claims to be Coral, but he's still Forta Green. A meeting was then called, but everyone refused to stay silent and nobody talked, so nobody was ejected. That was very random. I guess I could go do my task now. We need to finish this game. So I made my way through the lounge and I entered the cargo bay. But before I could get any work done, the lights turned off and I knew that as a crewmate it was my obligation to turn them on, which I did. But when I got done, I saw Mommy Long Legs behind me. The same creature that I saw in the electrical. It looks very different to Mommy Long Legs. She started to crawl towards me and managed to grab my crewmate, which made everything glitch. And then I appeared in the electrical room walking. That was weird. How did I manage to walk over here? So I wanted to check cameras to see if she was still there, but all I could see was her corrupted face on the screen. She just stared at me in a very creepy way and didn't appear to say anything. A body was reported, not a single crewmate spoke, and I was ejected. Mommy Long Legs' last message was just a death stare. If you want me to find out what is wrong with Mommy Long Legs, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out these other story videos.